So, lads, today we're going to be talking about the whole Monica McNutt situation. And I actually recorded this video yesterday. It was a kind of a live stream clip that I recorded. And in the end, I'm going to have to, go and, well, get rid of that video and talk about this because in my opinion, this was I said it was one of the dumbest conclusions that anyone could have come to. Because if you ever listen to Monica McNutt, this is what I will always say. If you ever listen to Monica McNutt talk, she will make all the right points and then come to the most ridiculous, out there, crazy conclusion you will have ever seen. Like, she will make all the right points. You'll be listening to her saying, you're like, you know what? I agree with that. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. And then just all of a sudden it's like, oh, I don't agree with that. Wait, what? What are you talking about? What's going on here? So if you guys don't know, basically what Monica McNutt did yesterday, it says here, she applauds the intensity and defends competitive spirit. And like, the conclusion Monica McNutt came to was that Lindsay Allen should not have been ejected for going up and grabbing Sophie Cunningham by the neck. That JC Sheldon should not have been ejected, or she should not have been given a flagrant for clawing Caitlin Clark in the eye. That Caitlin Clark deserved the technical foul for retaliating to getting clawed in the eye. And by the way, I think you could argue Caitlin Clark deserved a technical foul in the first half. Not for that. Not for that. When she kind of got into it with Sheldon and kind of pushed her off, if you wanted to tear up for that, I actually think there's grounds for a technical foul on that one. I don't think there's any grounds for a technical foul on the one she actually got a technical foul in. Because, I'm sorry, if you get clawed in the eye and then somebody goes up to you and belly bumps you and you kind of shove them off, I'm sorry, like, we cannot tee people up for being... Because, like, if the logic is now that you can get pushed around and if you retaliate, it's a technical foul, then the tactic to stop any player in the league, by the way, that's any player, Caitlin Clark, A'ja Wilson, would be you put one player on her to just piss her off, start shoving her, commit a technical foul, and like just hold her, just hug her, belly bump her, do everything, and just anyone in the league, and just wait for them to retaliate in any way, and it's going to be one technical foul, and then you sub that player off, and you get another player to do it, so that two players in your team take technical fouls each and kick someone out. Like, it sets an awful precedent. But one of the craziest things is Monica McNutt basically said the referees did a great job assessing the Marina Mabrey situation. The referees did a great job assessing the Mabrey situation. Like, that's a crazy one. That is a crazy one. And by the way, Sophie Cunningham deserved to be ejected, but so did Marina Mabrey. The fact that she stayed in the game is madness. She played, like, they played pinball with her. Like, the Fever literally played pinball with her. Like, it's bad enough. Like, the whole situation was bad enough that my dad, who does not watch the WNBA, literally, I was speaking to him today, and he just goes, what's up with the referees in this league? It was like, it's bad enough. Like, my dad obviously would be a bigger tennis fan than basketball fan. And he was like, it was bad enough that Chris Everett is talking about it. It's in the news that Chris Everett is talking about it. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm getting messages again with all these situations, like, with some of my friends. Like, I'm there playing pickup with guys that kind of half know what I'm doing. They're like, what the hell is up with the referees with Caitlin Clark? And I'm just like, I don't know. I don't even know at this stage. But Monica McNutt came out and said the referees did a perfect job. She justified the Mabrey hit. And by the way, she justified it in a way being like, yeah, you want to see that. You don't want the game to have to come to what Sophie Cunningham did. What Sophie Cunningham did, and like, this is when you know that what Sophie Cunningham did was needed, when Jamel Hill is defending Sophie Cunningham. That's when you know, you're like, you know what, this was needed. It was getting out of hand. Like, someone needed to step up on the team. Someone needed to act as an enforcer. But at the end of the day, it's like, I have to say, at the end of the day, when it comes to this scenario here, like, everything that Jamel Hill or that Monica McNutt said was right. But her conclusion was dumb. She was basically saying, you know what? The game gets physical. Sometimes it can get physical. Sometimes in the heat of the emotion of the game, players will act out just in the heat of the moment, and that is good for the game. It's good players playing with emotion. And I agreed with everything. And then she just goes, the referees dealt with it perfectly. And I'm like, how did you go from everything right to being wrong? Like it was so bad. The WNBA did not find a coach, by the way. The WNBA did not find the coaches. Both coaches went nuts about the coach, nuts about the refs. Both coaches went nuts, which means the league have basically said, yeah, we know. Justified. Like, I've never seen the coaches go in on the refs as much as that. And neither of them got fined, which means it's the league holding their hands up and saying, our refs messed up. The league just coming out and saying that their refs messed up, which is something that, I mean, we could all see. We could all see a mile away that the referees messed up in that game. Like, there's no question about that. The referees did a poor job. Did a very, very poor job at that game. But, yeah. And just all around, it was just mad. It was just absolute madness. And you've got, at least the WNBA, the league, have come out and said, yeah, you know what? Yeah, the refs messed up. The refs let this get out of hand. We're not finding it. Realistically, the reason why nobody's got suspended is because this doesn't happen if the refs do their job. And I think anyone who has ever played the sport of basketball, or has played sport in general, you know that when games get chippy, and like Monica McNutt, by the way, one of her excuses, like I was ranting about this, one of her excuses, she was like, well, Connecticut have been really bad this year, so, you know, they're more likely to, like, act out due to emotion. And I'm like, that is factually correct, but that doesn't mean that like Marina Mabrey shouldn't be chucked. Like, I'm not out here saying Marina Mabrey's the devil or she's a bad person, but she should have been ejected. Like, the conversation starts and ends with, this could have been solved. This could have been prevented by the referees. The conversation starts and ends with that. If we're being honest, the referees could have started and ended this entire thing. But, yeah, it's like, it is what it is. It is what it is. And, like, at least the league have come out and essentially are saying that, yeah, we messed up. And there's no more of this BS talk from letting the media make it seem like Caitlin Clark is in the wrong every single time. And that is good. That is actually a good thing to see. But anyway, yeah, lads, that is the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.